So my Fallout video has absolutely popped the fuck off. It's gotten like 1,000 views in less than a day, which I think is the fastest any of my videos have ever grown. I'm pretty sure a lot of the views and comments are from gamers and Fallout fans who aren't usually my target audience, but who I guess watch the video in droves because the opinions I expressed in it were so insanely controversial to suggest the Fallout could be bad. Some of the comments were saying that I was trolling or that my video was a parody or something, and I find that legitimately fascinating because I used to get called a troll all the time, and I think that's just because people can't accept that other people on the internet have different opinions than they do. So they're like, you must be trolling, but they don't know what trolling is because trolling by default implies some sort of insincerity. I'm not trolling when I say that I think the entire Fallout franchise is horseshit. That's my legitimately held opinion. And if my legitimately held opinion helps me get a lot more views, then so be it. What I find really interesting is that this might be the first time many of these gamers have ever heard a contradictory opinion that they haven't heard before, like that Fallout is bad, because all they've ever heard their entire lives is that Fallout is good. This isn't really normal for any other medium of art. Like, for instance, with movies, if you say that you don't like a particular movie, most people don't really care. Most people just move on with their day. In fact, it's kind of encouraged to be a contrarian with other forms of art. Like, if you say you don't like Citizen Kane, I imagine most earnest moviegoers would be like, hey, that's kind of an interesting opinion. Tell me more. I'm interested to hear why you don't like Citizen Kane. But if you tell a gamer that you don't like a popular video game like Fallout, they're like, oh, you must be joking. You must be fucking kidding me. You don't like Fallout? Fallout is the greatest thing ever. And I find that response legitimately interesting because, like I said, that's not the case with any other medium of creative expression. This response makes a lot more sense when you consider that video games are time sinks that are designed to waste as much of your time and energy as possible. Fallout has been around for over 20 years at this point, so there are gamers out there who may have legitimately wasted a fifth of their life playing Fallout. Gamers might claim that watching movies or reading books is boring or it takes too long, but reading a book like A Boy and His Dog by Harlan Ellison, which is what Fallout shamelessly ripped off, takes a lot less time than playing Fallout. So to understand the really angry response that gamers have when you shit on their favorite video game, you have to keep in mind that they've been playing these video games for 20 fucking years. That's insane. If someone like me comes along who's willing to call out the legitimately terrible world building of Fallout, then gamers have an extremely vitriolic reaction. Because if Fallout doesn't mean anything, then nothing means anything anymore. Fallout is their life. They've built their entire identity and worldview around Nuka-Cola and Vault-Tec, and they will defend the honor of their favorite gaming franchise to the death. Gamers literally cannot accept that you don't like what they like. They'll call you all kinds of things. The R slur, the F slur, they'll call you an incel, they'll call you a loser, they'll say that you have no ground to stand on, even if you're like way more firmly trenched in the sci-fi media ecosystem than they'll ever be. Dealing with gamers is legitimately fascinating because it provides a unique insight into a truly deranged and obsessive mind. There are gamers who actually care about gaming journalism, as if Anita Sarkeesian or Kotaku can affect which games they like and shit. So when someone like me, who's not motivated by money at all, but is just motivated by what constitutes an effective narrative, comes along, and I just say, hey, all of Fallout is shit. It doesn't matter how sexy the characters are, the politics doesn't matter. It's all shit. Bethesda Studios is just full of hacks. It's a big fucking circus. Then the gamers will be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to think. I've never heard this viewpoint before. I've only heard either that Kotaku is good or that Kotaku is bad. I never stopped to consider that maybe the entire gaming industry is so commercialized and fundamentally broken on a systemic level, and video games are such an intrinsically bad medium for delivering stories that actually make sense. I never considered that. and my mind is just gonna explode now. Kaboom! Despite how boring, repetitive, and predictable gamers are, I really do think that the internet would be a lesser place without them, because they're a lot of fun to interact with. They'll just keep going in circles about how great Fallout is, and how much they love drinking Nuka-Cola. They love their Fallout. Fallout is life. Fallout is love. Fallout is the true flesh incarnate. I ask you, gamers, what are you gonna do? Rise up? Don't make me laugh.